Welcome back.
Welcome back. It's gonna be a short one, I think. Let's just play the intro now. Play the intro now.
These clothes.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. First off, just kind of want to make it real quick. We got invited to help A-Town Talk host the neon paint party at Went Wild on Saturday, and this past Saturday. It was short notice, so that's why we didn't announce it. We didn't even know we were going to do it until like a couple days before.
It's pretty cool though.
It was fun. It was awesome.
I almost crashed out a couple times.
Yeah, it's like too much. There's a lot going on.
And I needed my headphones.
But I think it was like a cool thing to experience for sure.
Yeah.
Because they liked the way we did it so much that A-Town Talk invited us back next year. And so we're stoked on that.
Yeah.
So, next year
a lot of fun.
We'll do it again, and we'll have more time to prepare and maybe
we're getting security this time.
Well, maybe we'll bring in somebody to be like, hey, kind of look out, because
bouncer.
people were, reaching for stuff. And, when you have drinkers and partiers.
We'll talk about that a little more later.
Yeah, it got a little crazy, but it was fun. But it really,
it's kind of weird to see like the backstage of it all, like how like everything's all set up and stuff with the trailers and everything is pretty cool.
Yeah, that was the first time ever being like backstage at a big like festival type event. I don't know if it's a festival, but they got a full lineup.
I guess it's a festival.
Starts during the light is out still, and then sun goes down, and the paint starts
like a
going.
regular rave and stuff.
Yeah, so it's cool because we got to see like the backstage, the trailers in the VIP area, and then we got to even
Jaws is always a good show, so
yeah,
it was cool
really
to see him.
It was really cool. And then I was trying to do my best to enjoy myself. But as soon as Jaws started playing like 2011, 2012 era of Jaws, I needed to get the fuck out of there. I don't even know. I stayed thinking about what to do here. People that don't know, my best friend passed away on Saturday, and it happened all of a sudden. And it just, there's
I
don't know.
Like no words.
I didn't know what to say. I didn't want to do this podcast. I didn't want to record it. But the more and more I thought about it, Philbert was my,
he was on the podcast.
My brother, he was on the podcast. He was a big supporter of this podcast. He's the reason why we have high def cameras. He's the reason, for advice. And every episode he watched, every single episode with him and his wife Ruby, and they were just big supporters and cheered us on every way. Every single milestone we hit, they were there to congratulate us. And
it's really like, it really goes to show that like one day to the next, everything can be so different. Like it really can be.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to cry.
I thought of not doing it, but if Filbert was here, Filbert he would tell me that hey man, like this is very important to you. This is big. Filbert was always big on chasing dreams, and when I was starting to DJ, he was doing that with me. And when I told him I wanted to do this podcast, told me like, hey, I have extra mics, I have extra this, like whatever you need. He was my best friend since I was 5 years old. Yeah.
It's really like it's so fucking difficult to understand because you really would never think that. I couldn't even believe it when you told me. That's in the morning, at 6 a.m. I couldn't believe it. I really did. I thought you were lying to me, and like it's just you don't expect something like that to happen.
No.
Just from one day to the next, bro. We had like just seen him, and he was doing good, and
he was always there for me, and now I don't have one. Like now I don't have me, Matthew, and Filbert, which Matthew and Filbert were cousins, so Matthew is just as
yeah, but you guys were
just
all
as terrible.
brothers,
But we were
bro,
all
and you were all
brothers.
family. And they saw me grow up, and I remember seeing him at the house when I was in diapers, running around and shit. Like that's family, bro. That's not just friends.
Yeah, and so it's just been a hard week. I've been trying to keep myself distracted with work and with, being the dad and being, the part of the podcast and uploads and editing and all that stuff. But every night when everybody goes to sleep, I can't sleep. Every night I think about, he's gone. He's gone. And I'll never see him again until it's my time to go. And it just feels unfair. I mean, he left a wife and two beautiful kids, and
I can't even imagine how they're coping because their
dad was everything to them, and I don't need any. I mean, if you guys want to give your condolences, it's fine. It's great. I mean, I really appreciate it. The question that's just been bothering me every time, and I don't blame people. I don't blame them, but it's just anger out of grief when people ask me like, "Let me know if you need anything."
Really though,
I need Filbert. I need him. I don't need anything else. I don't. He just. I don't want to. I don't want to keep going without him being there for me, being there with me being there, like enjoying a good time with him and checking in on each other and, sending stupid videos on the group chat. And it's empty. It feels empty. It feels like he's supposed to be here and he's not. And I guess only God knows why, but I don't know what to say about that, but it just hurts. It hurts. I
will never understand why people have to go at certain times, because even when people have so many people depending on them and being as nice of a guy as he was, bro, like he was there for no matter what we needed.
To tell you the type of friend that Filbert and Matthew have been to me, because Matthew's been just as good of a best friend, and Matthew is going through it just like me, if not maybe even worse, because they were raised as brothers since birth, because they're cousins. And so just to kind of tell you the type of friends that I have, when I was gonna get married with Sandy, everything, getting married is very expensive. I don't need to tell anybody that. I guess people know that, but we had pretty much everything covered. My mom helped out a lot, and we kind of slowly paid for everything, over time. But I didn't have enough money that coming week to pay the photographer, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was maybe just going to charge it on a credit card or whatever. But my credit card debt was pretty bad at that time. So I was like, well, not supposed to, but I guess I will. And so, Filbert and Matthew, I lived at that time, I lived across the street from where they lived. And so they came over and they wanted to have some beers. So we had some beers one night, and they're asking me, hey, why didn't you ask us for anything? We kept asking you because they were going to be both my best man. Matthew was going to like the official best man, but Filbert was right on the stage with him because, you know, he was my best friend. So, and so they kept asking me, why didn't you ask us to help you with anything, dude? We could have helped you. And they have their families and they have their struggles too. So I didn't want to throw like my wedding and say, hey, I need this money, I need that favor. Like it's not, it was just, I just told them, show up and just have a good time with me, dude. Like that's all I care. And they're like, well, what do you have left to pay? And I said, everything's taken care of. All I have to do is just pay for the photographer, but I'll do that on Monday and it's Saturday. And so without me knowing, I don't know where they went. I don't know who they got into contact with. Maybe my mom. I don't know. But they found out which photographer I had. They went to his business or they called him. I don't know what they did, but they found out how much money I owed, and they showed up on Sunday morning or the next day, and just gave me the cash. And that's the type of friends that I had. Like I wouldn't even ask them for favors. They would just do it because they're my brothers. It hurts. It hurts because now I don't have that protection. It's just me and Matthew. And sometimes like I want Matthew to know, if he's watching this, like I'm always going to be here. He knows that. But it just feels like an empty seat next to us. Filbert was supposed to baptize Scarlett, and so we didn't even get a chance to do that. So I don't. There's so many things that I didn't get a chance to do with him. We were planning to go to like a festival next year, and like I just want him back. I want to make sure and like let everybody know that like I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. This is just the way I feel right now. And Filbert, if you knew Filbert, I think you know that he would be okay with me just like sharing this, because this was like the podcast was like a big deal to him. If everybody that came to the podcast warming, he was here. Like he was here and he was like congratulating me, and him and Matthew showed up right after work, like still in work clothes, like just because they knew, hey, this is important to Louis. Like they were there like for me. They are there for me, and now it's been I don't know where to go from here. It feels lost. It feels like, I was telling Eric that it feels like when you leave your house and you're down the street and you leave and you feel like something's missing, like, oh, I forgot my wallet, I forgot my keys. It feels like that all the time, that anxiety of, oh, fuck. Like, what next? Like, what do I do? And I don't know what to do. And so I feel like we should record this because it was the consistency of it all, and I think Filbert would be kind of pissed off if I skipped it and just said like, hey man, like that's not what you should do. You should just go and do it. And Filbert was like so brutally honest about anything that we did on the show. Like if he said something was whack, he would tell me, and he was my best friend, so it wouldn't offend me, but it would make me improve because he was the only one that could tell me honestly, because I had that confidence with him that I knew he wasn't telling me to bring me down. He was telling me because like he wanted it to improve. You know, we had him on the podcast, one of the earlier episodes in the old studio, and And he was so excited to see the studio, so excited. I mean, if you go back to the vlog where we moved in, he helped us move in.
I didn't know I did that.
And so the first thing he said was like, man, this is a dope setup. He says, but why are you investing all of this and you're still recording off your fucking iPhone? Like, that's just like, he was just like, this is what it is. And this is how it is. And he would roast me, but it would be like, it's love. And not a lot of people can do that to me because I'm very stubborn. I'm very hard-headed. I'm very, get offended sometimes. And so, but like, I didn't get offended when he said that. I said, oh, shit, he's right. And so a few episodes after that, we got a camera, because I was like, I gotta stop recording off my iPhone. He's right. Like, you got to start looking more professional. I don't know if this will ever like go away, this feeling. It feels like it's going to last forever. And I think what pisses me off the most, it doesn't piss me off. I need to use a better word. What hurts me the most right now is that life has to keep going on. Like I lost my right hand man, and even though I still got my left hand man, I still got Matthew. When we hang out for cookouts at Matthew's house, it's not gonna feel the same. Something's gonna be missing. There's an empty chair, and I don't. How do we keep going? And so what I'm trying to say is like, even though he's gone, I feel like the world should just stop for a little bit. Let me just catch up. Let me just figure out how to deal with this. But I still have to get up. I still have to be a man, be a father. I have orders to fulfill at work. I have everything that I've been so busy lately, and I was so happy that it was so busy, because that's when you're accomplishing a lot, is that you have to like stay busy. But right now, like I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to do anything. I kind of want to stay home and just do nothing. Like right now, it feels like the whole feeling of it all is haunting me. Not like him haunting me himself, but this feeling like I can't shake it. I try to smile and I'll crack a joke because I think it's gonna make me feel better. And even though I'm laugh, like as soon as the person leaves, as soon as I'm alone, like I miss him again, and then over and over. And this year has just been a tough year, and it's been like bittersweet for a lot of reasons, because in January I lost my biological mom, and she was sick, and I knew that she was gonna go, but it hurt because it was my biological, it was my mom, so that hurt. But this hurts for a lot of other reasons that I can't even explain it. He wasn't sick. He wasn't ready to go. He had other plans. He had other things going on. He just had an accident. I mean,
even with us, like dealing with death so often, like going to the funerals and having to do headstones and stuff, there's certain times that you expect it, and there's certain times that you really don't understand why it had to happen. Because like he was young, he had nothing that you would be expecting that from, so like having to hear that, like you wouldn't have expected it. You don't think that it's gonna happen. Like it could happen to anybody at any point, anytime, anybody. Any of us going home, we don't make it there.
Yeah.
anybody. And you don't think about it like that, and like until it happens to you guys.
Happens. I mean, even Eric has special memories with Filbert, and you know, Filbert loved everybody that he talked to. Like, if you got to know him, he would love you. This unconditional love that was just like he wanted you to just be having a good time, whether you were having a beer with him or whether you were Eric and you went out and you got to ride, you know, his quad. You know, he took me and Eric out because Eric was so excited to learn like how to shoot guns and go, you know, off-roading on the quad. And Filbert just made it happen. Like, Filbert was like, okay, dude, get in my truck, we're going. And we went. And that's like that was a memorable weekend because he didn't just take me, his best friend. He's like, no, I want your brother to enjoy himself. Bring him with you. At this ranch, there's a place for him to sleep. There's a place for you to sleep. And I mean, remember, we had like such a good time that was
4th of July, no?
It was around 4th of July. So we were, you know, shooting guns and target practice and bottle rockets and just like an evening that we got to enjoy like with him and those are the memories that I guess I can cherish and that I have forever. I have countless stories, countless events that me and him are going through, countless sad things, happy things, exciting things, scary things. Me and Filbert and Matthew have been through it all together. And we just kind of, I don't know where to go from here. And I feel like I'm rambling because I didn't take any notes. And so
I can say that Matthew and Filbert are different. They're like, they've never met such nice people, such like accepting people, so helpful. They help me with everything. I mean, even at the pillow fight, like, you know, they were there. Like, it's just Matthew was there on my corner, and I expected, you know, I would always expect it from them.
Yeah,
they would always do anything for me. They are my family too.
And Filbert, like, the only reason that Filbert didn't even go to that pillow fight was because he was like, I'm going out of town, dude. I really wish I could make it.
But
he wouldn't have missed it. If he was there, he would have been there. He would have been front and center. He would have been in the corner. Like, that's just the way he was. And so I'm not gonna keep going. I think we're just gonna end it with this. I don't know. Maybe here it is. If you are fighting with your friend, if you are not talking to your mom, not talking to your dad, take it from us.
Life is too short.
Life is too short for that shit. It is. Life is way too short for you to just be like, I don't talk to my friend because they did this, but they were your lifelong friend. You pick up the phone, even if you're still talking to your friend. Let this video right here be a reminder. After this video is done, pick up the phone, call your friend, just tell him you love him for me. Pick up your phone, tell your mom, I love you for me. If that's what I can do with this video. I don't know what the point with this video was, but we felt inclined to do it. Maybe use it as that. Life is too short to not tell people around you that you love them. And if the dudes, like, if you're a bro and you like, I don't want to tell my best friend I love them. That's weird. That's, you know, we don't do that. We're macho. You're never too macho, dude. I told Filbert I loved him several times. He knew it. I posted a voicemail the other day where he was drunk as hell on the night of my wedding, just telling me that he loved me and that I was his best fucking friend. And that meant the world to me. I saved that voicemail. That was 3 years ago. And I saved it because I was like, man, like, even though he was drunk and being stupid, like he meant it. He meant it. And I know he meant it. And I hope he knew that I meant it every time I told him I love him. I would even hang up the phone and be like, all right, bro, love you. Talk to you later. Because that's the type of friends that I had. We never thought it was weird or gay to tell each other we loved each other because life is too fucking short. And so I don't know. I think that's kind of just the message that I want to put out there. If just kind of know I'm going to have to be fine. I don't know if I'll be fine tomorrow, next week, next year, but I'm going to put my best foot forward because I'm just going to kind of go with whatever Fibber would think. And if he thought that I was going to just shut down because he's gone, I think he'd be pissed off at me for doing that. And so I'm just trying to pay my respects to him by keep going, keep staying busy. You know, I was going to be so excited to show him the video and the photo of us there at Neon Desert because he would have just been like the first dude to congratulate me. And I didn't get a chance to. But that's okay. Like, it's okay. I know that he's got his eye on me and he's in my corner still. And I know that I'll see him again. Just wish it would be tonight, but it's just not what's in the cards, I guess. And then that kind of pisses me off, but I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but at the end of every podcast, I don't know if everybody notices because I don't know who gets to the end of these or not, but every podcast you can check from, I think it like episode 7 or 10. What do I say?
I love you.
And it's not because I'm being funny. It's because I love you. If people don't tell you enough, I do. And so if Filbert would spread so much love, and I think I learned it from them, the Candelarias. Matthew and Filbert had so much love for everybody that's in their lives, and I was blessed to be both of their best friends. And so just know that there'll be another episode next week, and it won't be a big downer one like this one. I just didn't feel like being funny today. I didn't feel like being, the whole happy, excited dude that we are, the trio that we are. I don't think any of us in this room right now feel up to just being excited. But next week we're gonna have to suck it up, and next week I will, we will go back to, the normal, regular scheduled program. It's just that
it just barely happened.
Yeah, it just happened on Saturday. So it's Wednesday now. We're recording this, and this will come out on Sunday, and that'll be it. That'll be. Now this is something my personal that I'll keep with me, and I'll learn how to cope with my grieving, and I'll learn how to cope with, and we all will, because that's what Fibber would have wanted for us to keep going. If I don't feel the need for you guys to reach out to us, if you want to reach out to Sonny and Eric, I don't know, but I don't. It's okay. Like, you don't have to.
We don't expect sympathy, and we don't expect
Yeah, we're not doing this video for.
Yeah, it was more for us to just be able to talk about it and say our 2 cents about it.
I just want to honor Filbert any way I can.
It felt wrong to not say anything about it.
Yeah, and so that's it. I guess this has been episode
49.
65.
65. Yeah, this has been episode 65. I'm pretty much done. I don't want to go anymore. I've shed enough tears every day. So
No, it doesn't. I just don't understand.
Yeah, this has been episode 65. I really do love you guys.
My ancestors call from the ground. They call from the graves. They tell you Drink beer, Louis. Drink lots of beer.